What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Anti-Hero Association. Happy to have you aboard here today. I just got back from my second ever coin show. I had a blast. I wanted to share a little bit of what I found, a little bit of my strategy going forward, and also just wanted to put the caveat out there. If you're expecting a massive treasure haul here, you're probably not going to find it. This might not be the channel for you. I do like to make some big splash purchases, but I am what's called a steady state stacker. I think I stole that from Silver Dragons or Silver Seeker, maybe another channel in there. I'm not trying to steal anyone's terminology, but regardless of what's going on in the economy, regardless of silver spot price, whether it's higher or lower, I'm still going to be spending part of my budget on silver, or gold, platinum, or collector's items, which was a little bit of our focus today too. So just wanted to share that. I'd like to do a video in the near future on my stacking strategy, why I do it. But yeah, the show we went to, 60 dealers, 100 tables, going on all weekend. And I had a goal to fill this Mercury book, and also wanted to apologize. I've got a new tripod, but it's a little bit of an unstable setup, so we're gonna improve this. A little bit of shaking. I'll try not to make any sudden movements here, but I'll get this improved going forward. But I mentioned I've been working on my late father's coin book. I'm down to the 30S and the 21D. The 30S had 1.8 million minted, which is a little lower. I think I showed in the last video. I have the whole back page filled out. But 1.8 million. The 21D had 1.1 million. I know, yeah, the 21's the key date. You can see there were a little more of the 13.8 million of the 20S. I read recently that in 1921, the U.S. Mint halted production of the dimes, and they went over to focus on quarters. You'll also notice there is no 1922 Mercury dime. We were in a war at the time, so production had to focus into different areas, and I think they were focusing on the dollar. I think that was the first year of the peace dollar. I've got one right here. This is a 1923, but they had just started the peace dollar. The Morgans ended in 1921, so a lot of things were going on there. But this is the second lowest mintage of the Mercury dimes. So I had my hands full here. I bumped into a coworker on the way out. He was on the way out. He had spent all his money at this coin show. We didn't plan to go together, but we were both going there. He decided to come in. He took me under his wing a little bit, and we checked out a bunch of the tables. Had I gone, I went middle of the day Saturday. Had I gone earlier in the day, it was very crowded. You couldn't get a good look in the cases. So in some ways, I was happier that I went middle of the day. There was a little more breathing room. And what I did is I just started to walk around and scope out if I saw Mercury dimes in a case. They have a lot of numismatics out there. So about any coin, they have the little 2x2 roughly flips out there, and they'll also have books set out that you can flip through and find your dates. I saw a 30S last weekend. I only looked through a couple dealers' inventory last weekend, but the only 30S I saw was $55. eBay comps were a lot lower. It depends on condition, depends on what the dealer paid for said coin. But when I went, I found about at my maybe fifth table, I found A 30S. Oh, gotta get my reveal better. Found a 1930S. You can see the S smashed a little bit there. Actually, here this looks like a D, but I promise you it's an S. And it was $14. That's awesome. I bought that right away. I was also doing comps and looking at the 21Ds. I had seen those last weekend between 90 and 110 bucks. I saw some pretty grimy ones on eBay for 60. You kind of see them all over the place. As I was going through, first one I saw was $60. Like some of these, it was kind of burnt on the edges there, and not burnt, maybe just whatever type of wear you get. But I wanted to. I was really torn between getting the most inexpensive 21D I could find, or getting a nicer one that I can keep in a little case here, keep in a flip. But I wanted to see what I found. So I found a couple 52 in the $52 range. When you flip those over, you can barely see. Sometimes it kind of turns green in there. You can barely see that there's a mint mark, maybe under some serious magnification. But I saw a lot of them, yeah, in the that $100 range, 90 to 150. I saw some in the $300 range. When I got through about 80% of the tables, I asked a fella, hey, this is what I'm looking for. He had little booklets of Mercury dimes, not in the books itself, but in the sleeves. And he said, I think I've got one. And he was kind of humble about it, or a little bashful. He said it's not in great condition, but when I took a look, it's hard to see. You can actually see. I pulled out my magnifying glass with a little light there. You can see the D, the very top of it, but it was $35. It is pretty worn, which, hey, I didn't really mind. It's not all colorized and everything, so I thought that was cool. So I ended up purchasing this. It's $35. At least $17 cheaper than any other Mercury I found at the show. And my old man was a frugal man, so I feel like he'd be a little proud of that purchase. Ultimately, I wasn't getting anything in amazing condition, and I'd feel guilty putting my grubby mitts all over it and putting it in the book. So with these finds yesterday, I have every Mercury dime of the standard mints. I think there's some errors out there and everything. I'm not really an error coin guy, but all I'm missing is the 16D. I'm going to regroup, figure out how I want to tackle that, but maybe someday in the near future, I will have a 16D. But now that I've got this book mostly completed, except for the prize gem up there, and I saved a little extra money instead of buying a $100 21D or a more expensive 30S, I was able to spend a little bit extra, or spend a little bit more on stacking silver, which is my favorite hobby. So because I was able to do that, because I was able to save a little bit of money, I was going around and I was looking for the best silver to stack at the best price. Now, they have a lot of bullion around the world. Pandas were out there. They were a little expensive for my taste. Same with the eagles. I didn't grab an eagle to pull out here, but eagles, maples, a lot of good prices on maples. Again, spot was just over $25, and when you go on Find Bullion Prices, I'm seeing kangaroos at about $31 or so. Same with the Britannias. And at a couple tables, I did find Britannias and kangaroos for 31 bucks, which, hey, if you can match the price online, that is wonderful. I also saw actually some of these Capital Mint. I think it's Capital Mint. Some of these kind of, I think they're little older bars, generic. Should actually do a little research. I've only got 2 of these. Saw these for 30 bucks. I didn't actually buy any of these, so I'm misleading you all a little here. I was close to getting a kangaroo or a Brit. I only took about 210 bucks, and I had whatever was in my wallet. I ended up loaning $50 to my coworker. Like I said, he spent all of his money, but he found a coin that he really liked, and if I gave him what was in my reserve, then I would follow my budget a little more closely as well, because I typically spend all the cash I have there. So while I was at the dealer's booth where I got the 21D, he had a bag of $5 face Mercury dimes. I love 90% silver. You can see from the books I was collecting that I'm really into these coins. The Mercury dimes, one of my favorites. So $5 face. I just asked him out of curiosity, how much is that there? He said I'm selling it at 21x, which would mean 21 times 5, which is 105, 105 bucks. He said I'd do it for 20. I said, let me think about that. That's a great deal. A great deal today. There were times when, based on spot, I wouldn't buy it at 20x. But doing some quick math that I learned from Silver Dragons, I took 20 times 1.4, and that is $28. A dollar or 14 of these dimes is about 1 ounce of silver, and 1 ounce of silver gets you 1 ounce of silver in that calculation was 28 bucks an ounce, compared to $31 for an ounce. It was the cheapest silver I could find there, or even compared to $30 for an ounce. So after I swept through a couple more tables, I went back and bought this. I still had a couple bucks, and actually, yeah, in that process, I'm also after generic rounds, so I got this Sunshine Minting round for $30. There's only one left. It's a little spotted, but these are the same exact silver blanks that turn into the American Silver Eagles. And this was my first Sunshine Minting round that I've had in hand. At that point, I ran out and I checked. They have a booth that sells supplies like coin tubes, sleeves, capsules, all of that. I did a quick calculation, how much I could spend there, and I had about $36 left. So I found another Buffalo. My goal is to get some tubes of full Sunshine rounds, full Buffalo rounds, as part of my just stacking generics goal here, trying to get about the lowest cost silver that I can find. Yes, I could have bought a bar for $1 cheaper. I'm closer to filling out a tube of rounds compared to I've got more bars to collect before I can get a full tube. And you got to focus on the goals that are easier to achieve. The more goals that you knock out, the more productive you feel. So in addition to the Mercuries, I found this was my haul for the day. I might try to get throw a little mystery in here for the screen grab. See if I can use this as my cover video to leave a little see if I can use this as my cover picture, leave a little allusion to what I found. So yeah, see if we can get that shot in there. But yeah, this was my stack. This was my haul. I did have $5 left, so I went and grabbed a couple tubes I was low on. Let's get those in the shot there. And I bought 2 of these boxes. Not sure the brand. I'm not 100% sure if these are Guardhouse or not. Doesn't say, but they were $2 a piece. So this is pretty cool. I can put my flips in here. I like to keep silver in the UPVC, the unplasticized stuff there, so I can put a lot of these extra coins that I didn't know what to do with or didn't know how to store them. So I can fill these up and, you know, keep my coins and bullion safe. So hey, those were my finds. I'm gonna continue to go to any show that I can. I like that it's supporting local. It's tax-free. My state charges if you have a face value on there. It is also under the radar, and it's instantly in my hand. I don't have to wait for the check to clear or the e-check to clear. I don't have to wait. Whoa, just knock these all over the place. I don't have to wait for shipping, post office snags. I have a P.O. box. Sometimes it just takes a little extra to get in there. But, you know, this was my haul. I'm going to keep going, maybe go to the next one earlier. We'll see. I'll keep you all posted. I'm going to be doing some unboxing videos, a little strategy on why I stack, and I've got some other things in store. I did just want to say thanks. I got 50 views on the last video. Well, that is not much at all, not many at all. I was excited to see that. Again, I'm just an average guy sharing what I like to do on the side. If there's anything you like, please hit that like button, throw a comment. I'd love to hear what you like to collect. If you are into stacking or collecting any metals, tell me what you like to collect. If you've been to a coin show, let me know. Let me know your experiences. And if there's any ways that you could see improving the channel, anything you'd like to see, I'm open to any constructive criticism that you may have. So again, do all those YouTube things, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let us know what you think and make it a great one. Thanks for your time today. Take care.